recording? Okay. I'm ready for anybody that has a question about your website. Anybody? Can you hear me?
I hear you, but I'm packing a move and I really hadn't worked on it lately, so I don't have any questions. I just wanted to listen to the training.
Gotcha. Okay.
Thank you.
You're perfectly welcome. Anybody else have a question that they have about their website they want me to go over?
Just one. I'm having trouble getting pictures into the media.
Okay.
And I was working fine. Obviously, I'm missing a step because I didn't write it all down, and I should have.
Okay. We'll do that one because if it's not going when you actually have it from your image when you're writing, there's a trick that you can go and manually put those images in there.
Cool.
So I'll show you how to do that. Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
Anybody else? Okay. Let's
This is a
see.
question about the website, but if I go back to RRR and I go through that 1 and 2, will it automatically have updated to the new version that has the third anchor page?
If you need the tipping circle page, you will get that one on the Home with Tanya site, unless your instructor has one. So I'll show you how to input a new page on your website and where to get it.
No, what I was meaning is if I go into where it starts describing how to do the anchor offers.
Oh, I don't know if they've uploaded the video yet. I know if you go to Paul's training, he has one on his website.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'll put Paul's, if you don't have the instructional training for Paul's website that he does on Thursdays and Saturdays, I'll post that in the chat for you to go to. But Paul has one too.
I try to do his every week.
Yep.
But he actually does 2 of them. The ones on Thursdays and ones on Fridays are different now. I mean, the ones Thursday is different from Saturday.
Yeah. Yeah, he usually tries to repeat them, but sometimes with everything that's going on, so that doesn't always do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to go with this student. All right, so the one that I'm pulling up, she's saying that she's having trouble doing headings and pictures, that the box is always opening at the bottom. All right, and so if Miss Charlene, if you will put in the chat which page you want me to go to the games. All right, so we're going to go to her site. All right, so number 1, you have 4 updates. So those of you, when you log into your dashboard, look at your updates, because sometimes if your system's not working correctly, it's usually 1 or 2 things. Your website or your internet service is really slow, because this is a big system. Your website is a big system. It takes up a lot of data. It takes up a lot of space, and it takes a lot to run it. So if you're having glitches, most of the time it's because your website is trying to perform something that your internet provider or your internet service is too slow to do it as fast as it needs it to. So you're going to have some lag time in there. That means that you might be typing something and you're thinking you're one place, and you look up and your computer's still thinking. It's not your website, it's your computer, it's your internet service. It could be your computer's just too old or too slow, or your memory's too full, or you haven't cleaned it out. You haven't cleaned out your cache. You haven't done a virus scan on it and got rid of malware or anything in there that your computer does not need. You do need to clean out your computer about once a month, you know, or every couple of months. You need to go in there and run a scan and get rid of anything that your computer doesn't need, like outdated programs, outdated software, outdated codes that you're not using anymore, obsolete functions. That slows down your computer. If you've never done that and your computer's running really slow or your program is running really slow, that's why you're running out of memory space. You're running out of actual storage space on your computer. So it's fighting for space. So that's why it's slow. So if you're thinking you're at one spot and you're not, that's why. Because you're moving as fast as you're supposed to be moving, but your computer can't for whatever reason. If you come to your dashboard and you have updates, that could also be the issue. Your computer or your system needs to update because it needs to run the most recent programming. So you always want to make sure that you do those updates. So we're going to do that first. And so we're going to come here. You always do your plugins first, and updates. Your plugins are for your security measures only. Those are the only types of plugins that we allow. So we're going to do that one on hers. And then I'm going to come back here, the update. And then we're going to jump down to the themes. And we're going to update that. Okay. So now she has a big update on her WordPress. So we're going to update that. All right, so now that's done. So now we're going to come back to our dashboard. And I'm going to come to her pages. And she wants to do games. So we're going to come up here and type games.
There it is.
All right, so Miss Charlene, is this the right one? All right. Okay, so this is basically your category menu or your category page. And so I'm not sure. So we're going to get rid of this empty block. All right, so the first thing that I can see, the reason that you are having issues is this whole page is in classic form. It's not a classic block, it's in classic, which is the old version. So what you're going to have to do is basically, you're going to have to convert this whole program or this whole page to block. Okay. So that's what we're going to do. And that puts it in the new format. So from here, you should be able to do anything that you want to do with it. So if it wasn't working before, that's why. Okay, so now it should be fine for you to go in and edit. Now, your title for game, Lord have mercy.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on a minute. All right, hold on. I got to get him the class schedule. All right. So there we go for that. All right, so here you should be able to do, if you wanted to add your picture. So you have your title for games. This is going to be your menu. This is going to take you to Dynasty World of Warcraft. Now you need to make sure this is your link. So we're going to click on edit this link. And I want to see whose link it is. All right, so this is not going to an actual link. This is actually going to, so this is going to be a broken link, because as you can see, this is basically a copy of a paragraph. So this is a broken link. So we're just going to remove it. All right. This right here is in a heading. We don't need that as a heading. We actually want that to be a paragraph. Same thing with here. We want this to be a paragraph. So let's see what this preview is. So we don't need this as an HTML code. So we're going to copy this. The only thing that should be an HTML code is actually a video. That's the only thing. So this, the reason I know it's an HTML code, it was an exact copy. So they've coded it. So we're going to just come here and do paragraph block, and we're going to paste what we just copied. So now we can go in and modify this, and then we're going to get rid of this one. So we're going to remove that block. So now you can go in and edit this. So this is why you couldn't edit it before, because you were trying to do code. So now all of this should be good. We're going to get rid of that. I'm going to get rid of that. So now, Miss Charlene, you should be able to come in here and basically do anything you want to with this page. We're going to get rid of this block. So now you should have a clean picture. So now you have, the one thing that you have here is you have this as your alternative text is picture. It should not be picture. Your alternative text should always be whatever your focus key phrase is. So what your focus key phrase is games. So we're going to put this as games. And I think that was your only picture. So we got a blank one here. We're going to move that. And this picture here. All right, so I need to get rid of this picture. That's what I was afraid of. This picture before we converted it. So now it don't want to move. It's kind of stuck. So I got to get rid of it. Don't pay attention to this. Got to find that one. Where are you? Don't hide from me. Okay, it should be right here. All right, I got to find out where that's at. So let me go back to visual. So I am going to put a marker here. All right, now there we go. And here's my image right there. All right, we can get rid of that. Sorry, guys, I shouldn't have recorded that. All right, so now that picture's gone. So now all you have to do is go in and do what you need to do to this page. Okay, that's the other thing. And okay, we'll go over that too. So the thing about it is when you use Classic Block, your eye should work. If it's not working, then you're not in Classic Block. You are in Classic Form. And there's a difference. So you have to convert it. So now when you come here and you click on your eye, it should show where your information is. See, there it goes. So it's going to show you where your information is now that we have it out of Classic Block. The purple eye does not show you where you need to insert what it's highlighting. What the purple eye does is it shows you where that particular category or that particular designation is. So if you click on it, because it says you need transition words, you click on it, it's going to show you every instance of where a transition word is. It's not going to show you of where transition word needs to be. If you click on it and it says you have too many of your key phrase and you click on it, it's not going to show you, hey, this is where you need a key phrase. It's going to show you where every instance of your key phrase shows. If it says you need headlines, it's not going to show you where your headlines are, that you need to add a headline. It's going to show you where your headlines already exist. So the only thing your purple eye does is shows you where that particular instance exists. It's not going to tell you where you need to add it. So it's just showing you examples of what it's telling you you need. So if it says you got too many transition words and you click on the purple eye, it's going to show you every instance of where a transition word is. So if you have too many of them, then you know to go and, hey, this is where I need to take some out. If you don't have enough, then you can look at it and say, okay, this is what I need to add. These are the types of phrases or sentences that I need to add somewhere. So if you come here to your readability and it says transition words, I'm going to click on this eye and it's going to highlight every instance of a transition word, okay, or where it is. This doesn't mean, hey, this is where it needs to go. Because like, however, enhancing, likewise, those are transition words. As soon as, you know, those are the transition words. That is not where you need to add them. So what it's telling you is that the ones that are not highlighted, you need to look and see which one of those you can turn into a transition sentence. And these are examples of what those transition sentences should look like. So that's a lot of people are getting that confused. The purple eye does not show you where you need to add them. It shows you what they look like. So that's a big misconception. And then you just click off of it and it tells you, you know, removes it. But if you are in Classic, that eye does not always work. If you are in Classic form, it will not work at all because your system is no longer in Classic form. It's in block format. So if you have pages like this one did that is still in Classic format, that purple eye will not work on it because there's two different formats. You actually have to convert it to block and then convert the whole page. Before you convert to block though, I would suggest removing all images, not videos, but all images, or you're going to have the situation where we just had where that image gets stuck in a code because it splits between two block programs. And it doesn't know where it needs to be. So it kind of gets distorted. So if you have a page in your system that's still in Classic format, it needs to be converted to block. Remove all your images first. And I'm sure this one will have another one. We can go to another one and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to come back up here. And then we're going to go, just going to go to visit site. I want to check one other place. So if we come here to beauty and cosmetics, and we're going to go, well, she's edited that one. Let's go to arts and entertainment. So we're going to look at this one. We're going to edit page. And we're going to see if this one is in Classic. So if I click on this, so this one is actually in block. So that's wonderful. I just saw something that I want to address on. So we're going to click on this and see. So let's go to preview on this. All right, you see these functions right here? That needs to go away. And the reason it's like this is because there's no search option on this page. So when you do that, it messes up your information. So we need to remove this. Okay, so we're going to go into our widgets and we're going to clean this up. Okay, so this right here, you have any right content. We're going to delete this. Yeah, all this stuff we're going to get rid of. Because it's not working correctly. And if you tried to get Google AdSense, it would decline you because of that. So we're going to clean this up. So if you go to, and this is entirely too much stuff right here. So that tells me that this link isn't working. That's why it's showing up like that. So we're going to delete that.
Sheila,
Uh-huh.
when you're doing this, is that taking it off the page?
This isn't, this is a widget. So yes, when I delete it, it's removing it off the page.
Okay.
Yeah, this is a widget. This is some stuff that she had on the sidebar that should not be there. It wasn't working. So we're just going to remove it. So if you ever come to your website and you have code or it doesn't look right, always go through and check and make sure you have your search bar. Some people have, they get text messages all the time or emails or Skype messages. You know, I got something that says meta. I need to add a meta description or I need to add a meta tab. That means you do not have a search bar. You have to have a search bar. So on your left and right of menu. So now we've cleaned that up. And now what we're going to do is I'm going to come here and we're going to find our search right here. And I'm going to add the widget to the right and just hit done. You don't have to put a title. And then I'm going to do another one and I'm going to put it on the right side and add widget. Okay. And then done. So now when I come back to the website, so now you have your search and all that other stuff is gone. Okay. So now she has a clean format. So now say you have your response magic that you want to add. So then you can go to your widget and that's where you would come is you would just get a text widget and you say, okay, I want to add it to my left. And you're going to come here and then it's going to open up. And if it's your response magic code, you're going to click on your text and then you're going to paste your link from your code from your response magic. You're going to paste it here. You're going to hit save. Once it pastes, this will light up. You're going to hit save and then done. And then you're going to do that for the left and then you're going to do it again for the right. So then that way you have your response magic. And a lot of you is like, well, what's your response magic? Your response magic is this customer magnet that shows up on your website for people that come into your website to register with you. And then in response magic, you can create a newsletter, which is basically an email. You can actually create different emails that go out. You can set up a what we call a campaign where they on automatic responders and set it out for like every 5 days or every 6 days or every 2 days, you know, where you're actually creating emails that you send to anybody that signs up that says, you know, hey, I got this new program that just came out, or hey, you know, guess what? I got this new recipe. I think you'd love it. And then you would give them your page for your new recipe page that you created. And in your recipe page, you will have not only the recipe, you would have the directions, you'd have a picture of it, and then you would market either your wine, your coffee, or, you know, steak or whatever the recipe had that came from your affiliates that you can market with them. But you don't you're not going to be constantly sending them emails. Hey, join my wine club. Hey, get in my Valentas. Hey, I need you to buy this. I need you to buy that. It's going to be informational stuff as well as, you know, hey, I got this new program. Do you like wine? Do you like coffee? You know, are you having trouble with your weight or dropping those pounds? Or vacations is coming up. What's your plans for this summer? Well, hey, I got some good ideas for you, you know, and then send them to your website for that page. But you're not going to always be telling them, I need you to buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this. You want those emails and those drips to be informative, as well as, you know, every once in a while send them something that says, yeah, I need you to buy something, or, you know, are you looking for something? So that's how that's going to work. Okay. Okay, gotcha. All right, so when you go to your response magic, a lot of you is like, well, how do I get my response magic? So when you go into your response magic, I need to put it there. I don't know why I keep putting it over here. Where is it? There we go. So I'm going to come to my response magic and I'm going to log in. And if you've created that magnet before, it's still there. It never goes away. You just have to come to your section 3. This is your review section. And you're going to come down here to where it says customer magnets. And you're just going to click that magnet on. And then whatever you've named it. You see I've created several different ones. I've also deleted some. So, and then you're going to just choose that magnet and just get your code, and it's going to pull up your original code. And then you're just going to copy this right. Hello? Please mute yourself as you come in.
Yeah, I hear. Thank you.
You're welcome. So, you know, just copy this code, and then that's where you're going to come back to your website. And you're gonna click on your widgets. If you're in your dashboard, your widgets is gonna be in your appearance. You're gonna go to your widgets, and that's where you're gonna get your text code. And you're gonna put that response magic on the left and on the right side. Okay, so you want to make sure that you have that. Okay. All right, so that's how you do that. So let's see. All right, so there's that. So basically, we went in here and we've cleaned up this site. We've got her magnets cleaned up. We fixed that information. I want to go and look at this blockchain. I want to see if there's another one in here that potentially could still be in block format. If you've gotten a system within the last year, you will not have a block format. I mean, a classic format. Everything should be in block. If you got a system with 2 years ago or even 18 months ago, you still may have some pages that are in classic format and you need to convert them. So this one's been converted, so you're fine on that one. So we're going to come back here and let's see if you have a tipping circle page. Do you have a Canada page, Canada wine? Miss Charlene, do you have a Canada wine page? Okay. Do you have a tipping circle page? All right, so you're good. Perfect. All right. So now the other thing that I noticed in this website, and this student has a one of the first websites that we had, is that there are some programs that we don't market anymore. They're no longer available. So like this one right here. So unless she's gone in and has changed this to new programming, the one that was here is not there anymore. Same thing with this one. If it's the same sleep program, it's not there anymore. So I need to go in there and look and see what that one is. Let's see, cooking. The Epic Soccer, it comes and goes. You can still leave it if you want to. I know the Fire Fan, it is gone, so you need to put this one in draft. Fire Fan has been bought out by another company, so I'm just going to go ahead and draft that one because I know it's not there anymore. Okay, so we're going to do that one. I'm going to come back here and let's see what else we have. Got some good topics in here. Okay. Let's see what else. There was something. Okay. This one is gone too, unless you are paying for it. So we're going to put this one into draft. So the status on this one, we're going to go to draft, update. I like that topic. I can imagine. Let's see. I'm gonna leave vertical jump because it comes and goes. I don't know if it's there yet. If it's still there or not. And then,
I looked at it the other day. It's under construction.
okay. So that means it's not there then. So let's go back to that one. It's been like that for about 6 months now. So we're gonna edit that one too. And draft that one. Okay. So for those of you, and we're going to just use Miss Charlene's as a guide. When you are in your dashboard, you can come. Here's basically how you work your system. Your post only goes to your home page. It does not go to your individual pages. They cannot be categorized in your category menu. They go on your home page. They stay on your home page. So the only thing you need to put in post is something that you're never going to change. You don't ever want it to move it, and you know it's not going to go anywhere. So you only need about, if you're trying to get Google AdSense, you only need 2-3 posts on your home page. That's it. Everything else you're going to create is going to be in your pages. So that's what you want to create. That's what you market, is your pages. So whenever you go to create new information, always make sure you are in pages. Your appearance of your website is how you look. It looks to people that come and visit it. So this is where you can come in and customize it. And when I say customize it, you can look at mine. We will, like here's my shopping with Mama Chief. This is where you can go and change your title. You can change the color of how it looks. When you're typing, everything's going to be in black. But if somebody comes and actually looks at my website, my titles are all in pink. Or fuchsia. You can choose any color that you want. You can actually change these pictures out. You can change your background image. Just remember that whatever background you put here will bleed through to the front of your actual content. So you don't want anything that's too busy or too overwhelming. You want to make sure that it streamlines, that it goes with you. Again, like I said, this is your website. You want to design it to fit your individual personality. So, I'm going to show you how to go in and do that. No, Response Magic doesn't need to go on every page. It automatically goes on every page as soon as you put it on the left and the right side. You don't physically go in and change it and put it on every page. When you do the Response Magic code on the left side and on the right side, it shows up on every page in your system, even your new stuff. So you only need to do it one time or twice, one for the right, one for the left. All right. So what we're going to do is you're going to come to your appearance and you're going to go to your headers. Okay. And in your header section is basically where you can do everything at one time. Okay. So I don't know why it automatically defaults to that, but we're going to start with your site identity. And this is where you come in and change your site title. So this is your main title, which everybody sees. And then you can have a tagline. Your tagline is something like your catchphrase. Like mine's is one-stop shopping. This site is bookmark this site. We find new things all the time. So you can have one. You don't necessarily have to have one. You can take this totally out if you want to, but you want to make sure that your title is unique. You want to make sure that it's different, that it stands out, that it's easy to find. You don't want to have a title that everybody else has and that it's going to take a lot of searches to find it. So if I come here and, say I want to do unique online shopping. So then you can actually come to Google and see how many websites have unique online shopping as their title. Look, That is a lot of websites that has unique online shopping in it. Okay. I, for one, wouldn't want to compete with that many websites. So let's look up hers. What is it? Colliers Travel and Lifestyle. All right, look at there. It pulled up first, and these are all hers, but she's still got 2 million that she competes with. So the more she advertises, the more her sites are going to get up in here. All right. So right now, these are her 2 sites because I put in her exact title. So that's pretty good. Okay. So out of 2 million, her website showed up first because I put in her exact title. Same thing with mine. I put mine in. There's mine. It's got everything, actually quite a few things of mine. You know, that Pinterest right there, that's mine, Shop with Mama Chief. So it brings up my stuff because that's what I've advertised the most. So you want to make sure, and see, now this is the only thing I'm competing with. I only have 15,000 sites that has that name in it. And it's more the Mama Chief than the Shop with Mama Chief. So you want to make sure when you're thinking of a title or a name for your a website, go do some research on Google and see what your competition is. If you make your site more uniquely to you and your personality, it helps it to stand out. It makes it easier to find, because we advertise our pages, but when you're talking to people back and forth, you know, when you tell them what are you doing, you're like, oh, I'm blogging. They're going to say, what's your blog site? You're not going to give them your address title. You're not going to give them your 4yo2.com, because they're going to be like, what? They won't remember that. But if you tell them your site title, oh, Travels, you know, Collier's Travel and Lifestyle, they'll remember that, and they'll go look it up on Google. They'll remember Shop with Mama Chief. They'll remember, you know, At Home with Tanya or Home with Tanya. But if you tell them, oh, well, it's unique online shopping experiences, and they go type that in, it's going to pull up everything with unique online shopping experiences, and it might not be yours if it's a brand new site and you haven't done a lot of advertising to it. So they might get somebody else's site thinking it's yours because you have so much competition. So you want to narrow down your site identity to where it encompasses your personality and what your website will stand for. That don't mean, you know, you have to pick it now. Go ahead and write some pages and see how your website develops. Then you can come and change your name. I changed my name 4 or 5 times before I settled on it. So that's one thing you want to think about, is making your website unique. The other thing is your social media. So at the end of, or at the bottom of every page that you have, that you create, you have the option to have people connect with you on your social media. So they can click and, you know, get on your LinkedIn, if your Facebook, things like that. Your Pinterest, if you want them to connect with you. So got all kind of Google ads. Hallelujah. So if you want to come here, you can put in your Facebook site. You can put in your Twitter. You can put in your LinkedIn. We don't do Google Plus anymore because they don't do Google Plus. And your email doesn't work. And the reason your email doesn't work is because they automatically assign it a HTTP address. Emails do not have HTTPs. So this will not work. So, but you can put your Facebook, your Twitter, and your LinkedIn accounts here and have it on all of your pages for people to connect with you. Now your colors is your background color. It automatically defaults to this. If you wanted to set your color, you can come in here and say maybe she wants to do, let's do a green. So you can do a green color. If you want to do a mustard color or an orangey color. You can do a purple color. You can do, blue, purple. And then if you're like, well, I want to customize my shade, then you can customize. You just pull this wheel around, and find the color that you like, that you want, and then, there's that. And then your link color. So your link color is not the color your links are going to be. Your link colors is what your color of your typing will be. Your headlines, your category menu. So this one she has it is brown. So if we wanted to change that to maybe a green. So now all of her colors are green. And we're going to put these back because you might want to leave them, come, and we'll say we'll put it back to white, and we'll put this back to where it was. I think it was black.
Yeah, I think it was.
So, and then it just looks like everybody else's. But you can always come in here and customize your background color and make it.
Hey, Sheila.
Yes.
So in the train, when you first get your PBS, in your training, it says not to mess with those.
No, these are fine. This is what you customize. You don't mess with this.
Right.
So
Okay.
yeah, you can customize your website however you want to. I don't know what training it says not to, because that's the first thing I was told to do.
That was way back in the very beginning, I think, when I was in.
Yeah, so yeah, you can come in here and you can customize. You want to make this unique. The only thing you don't want to do is like right here, it says your background. Now you can have your background color as a solid color. But like if you have your background, you want it to be an image. So we can come here and we can change the image, and it'll ask you to pick something from your library. And you can come here and see, I wouldn't put a picture in it. And the reason I say don't put a picture is I'm just going to choose one, say just something nice and cute. Because some people look at it and say, I want something cute. All right, see right here, this right here, you should not use, Miss Charlene. That's a watermark. So you don't want to use that ever. Anything that has a distortion across the picture, you don't want to use it. Anything that has information that's going to another website or another location, you don't want to use it. So we'll just pick one. Let's pick this wine. So if I pick that as my background and I say choose an image, that's the way it's going to look. So see how it bleeds through and it looks really busy? So you don't want to do anything like that. So say, let's select one, and I'm just going to go to upload file. And I'm going to go to my library. And I'm going to go to my blogging pictures. That's not the one. I have one that was just background. All right, so here's let's look at this one. So here we got some background pictures. So let's just choose a very nondescript background that we can use. So let's look at that one. So see, now we can use that. That's a little bit more subtle. If she wants to keep that one, you really can't see the whole image because your page is there, but it makes it a little bit different. Now, if you want to look for backgrounds and say, hey, I want some different things, you can always come to Google and type in background. and just go to images and then find something a little bit more subtle. Like this would be perfect. You don't have anything. This would be a bit loud. It'll be overpowering. So you want something that's really subtle, that will complement your page. This ocean scene's really good. This one would be even really good. You know, so you can just put a few different ones in there. We're going to hit save image. And I'm just going to make sure I go here and put it in the right spot. And I always like to name mine so I know what I'm looking for. I'll get this one, I'm gonna save that one. Okay, so then we're going to come back and let's do the background again. And you can always remove it. You can always change it, and just upload an image. And let's see what this one looks like. Horn. All right, so there's the blue, which I think I like. All right, so then let's go back here and let's change her colors to match that. So we don't need to change our background color because now we got a specific background, but let's go and change our linked color. So we can change our link color to complement our actual background if we want to. Let's make it a little bit darker. There we go. And then always, once you get finished, click publish. So now your background color and your word color match. So now every time somebody comes and sees her website, they're going to see color. They're going to see this nice background. It's going to be different. Same thing with your header images. Your website comes with header images already. You always want to make sure that you hit randomize. That way, whenever these pictures change as your page changes, you see that there's a distinct style to the pictures. So whenever you upload other pictures, you want to make sure that they are in this style. The reason being is the bigger the picture, the more territory it takes up. You want it to take up as little space as possible because sometimes Google will come in here and advertise in this heading space. So you don't want them to have anything to compete with. If you see images in here you don't like, you can just click on this X and remove them. If you see images that you do like, or there's images that you want to put in here, then you want to make sure that they fit this format. If you're not sure if it fits that format and you have a picture that you want to put in that format, there's different programs. Like everybody knows I use Canva. I just go to Canva and I can, you know, get my design. I just create a design and I just want to, you know, basically, we can just choose whatever one we want. This one is going to be like a, what do we want to use it? It's not a letterhead because it has to, we can do it as a label. Okay, and then you want to choose your element. So your element we want to use is you're going to go down to your grids and you want to choose the grid that this one would fit in. Since it doesn't have just the one grid that we want, I'm not sure if it customizes it. So we can't use this one in particular because it doesn't fit the format that we want. So here's one that says frames. So let's see if it has the frame that we want. Maybe. Nope. And it could be because of the type of format I chose. So let's go to my design. So we can change a different design if we want to. But you can use Canva and you just have to play with it and see which one you want to use for that. But you can go in and resize them, or you can find images that are already in that particular format and use those. But you, like this one right here, it's already in that format. But you don't want to use big, wide, sweeping pictures because it will actually take up that space. So that's how you go in and customize your website. And then before you leave, you always want to make sure that you hit publish, and then that saves it, and then you come out of it. So now when you go and anybody comes to the website and you visit your website, so now there's her background. Her colors now are all in blue. So whenever she has a title, her title will always now be in blue. And like I said, she can always come back and change it if she wants to. You can customize it to whatever color you want to make your website look different, to make it stand out, to make it more unique. So there was some people were talking about that they couldn't get their images in when they go to add their images. They just don't always show up. So if you're in your website and you're going in and you're trying to add an image and it just doesn't work. So let's come here and we're going to edit this page because I see we're going to add an image here. Okay. So when you come across code like that, just hit your preview. So Charlene, number one that I would do is anywhere that you see preview and it's not a video, copy it and put it in another format, another let's remove this. Okay, so I don't, let's see what was there. Because see this, okay, this is a Google ad. So you got Google ads that's showing up there, or it says it's showing up there. So I don't know. Did you apply for Google before? Because that was an AdSend. All right, so that was a Google ad. So we're going to take that out. Okay. All right, so that's fine. So these are all good. Okay, so we're going to come here and let's add. All right, so all of these, this is your category menu, I'm assuming. Yeah, health and fitness, so that's fine. So you got one picture here and one picture there. So these are Google ads. What do you have? Okay, I know what you did. We're going to get rid of them. They're coming out. You don't need them. Because if you hit preview, yeah, no. We can leave that there. Who's it? Who's the code? All right, so we need to see if this still works because that one still works. So if you are still members of ShareSale, then that's good. If that's Rory's, we need to get rid of it. So you're still part of ShareSale. All right, so we'll leave that one there. So those are still working. All right, perfect. That's all I need to know. The other one wasn't working. So what we're going to do here is we're going to add an image. And we're going to come here and we're just going to click image. All right. And say for whatever reason, I wanted to upload my image and it wouldn't come up. So I'm just going to go to my blogging pictures and go to And let's just add something funny. All right, say for whatever reason this wouldn't copy over. Okay, it just kept sitting there, wouldn't ever come over. So how would I get it to get in my images? So that's where you go and you open up another dashboard of your website. Okay. All right, so I'm opening up another one. And then you're going to come to your media and you're going to go add new. And then it's going to have your media library right here that you can drop and drag pictures. So then all you're going to do is pull up your folder wherever you have your pictures at. And everyone should have a folder that has nothing but your pictures, be it your Dropbox folder or a folder within your desktop, a folder that's in your documents. Somewhere you should have a folder with your images on it. So we're going to come here and I'm going to look for my weight loss. Where did you go? All right, and I'm just going to choose a picture and I'm just going to drag it and it's going to copy. Okay. And then if I want another one, I'll do the same thing. Let's grab another one. And put that one in there. And let's get one more. Okay, and it shows you as they come in. So let's try another one. We're going to look for coffee. And let's get one more. All right. So then all I'm going to do is come back to my website. I'm going to update this. I'm going to reload my website. And then when I come back here and pull up a picture, then I can go to my image, go to my media library, and there's the new pictures that we just added. And then all I have to do is just insert and select, and then I can align it to the left, and there's my image. Okay, so that's how you can go in and actually add images if for whatever reason it just doesn't show up in your media library. Open up a duplicate tab of your website, pull up the media library, go to add new, and then pull up your folder with all your images and drop and drag them. And then go back to your original page that you were on. Always save it. If you're in draft, hit save draft. If you're in a published page, just hit your update and then go to reload or refresh your page. That refreshes your actual web program that you're in on that particular tab. Then all your media icons or all your media pictures that you just uploaded will come back over into there, and then you can use them. All right. So does that make sense there?
Yes, it does.
Okay. So that should save you some time. Also, if you're having issues where it just sits there and it's not loading up, you might want to just refresh your site anyway, because either it's been on there too long or your internet had a glitch and it causes your website to pause and it doesn't know to get back in there. But there's an issue. So usually if I'm working on my website all day, I try to refresh it about every couple of hours, just so that I know that everything's up to date. If there was anything that came through, it's there. It just refreshes my page and my web system altogether.
Where
If
do you,
you go ahead,
where do you go to refresh?
right here, you see on this button right here, it
Yes.
says reload page. So whatever your page you're on, if that happens, just go up to the top. If you're in your media library, it's going to show your media library still there. Just X out of your media library. Your page will come back up, hit your update, and then come over here and hit your refresh.
Okay.
And it will reload this page. Now, if you didn't save your page and you go to do that, you're going to get that message that says you're leaving this page and your information won't be saved. That's how you know to just hit cancel and then update, and then go and hit your refresh.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. I sure will. Okay, so so we got the pictures. I think that was it. So that's all I had. Is there any questions that anybody wants me to go over about their website? Remember, we're not talking about Tipping Circle or Hub or TV, only website related issues.
What about, you can't take media pictures into classified, at least I wasn't able to. How do you get the pictures into the classified? I do it sometimes and sometimes it doesn't work.
You mean the classified or the classic?
The classified ad,
Oh, so in classified ads, number one, they have to be in a file. Okay. So if I am going to my marketing or my ad sites, so let's go to this one right here, and we can do an ad. And I'm just going to log in. Okay. And I'm just going to go here and post an ad. I actually created a new page yesterday, so let me go and find it. See what the name of it was. How to earn money while you chat. Okay. So this is the page I created yesterday about our new chat our new program we have. So I'm just going to copy my link. I'm going to pull up my template. And I'm just going to do a real quick one today. And this one is going to be, ooh. All right, so here we're going to do all right. And then I'm going to put my link right here. And then I'm going to do my headlines. All right, and then I'm going to do my description. Okay. So I'm going to market this, and I'm going to come here. We're going to go back to this. Go to my post ad. I'm going to select the category, and this one's going to be items for sale. All right. And this is actually going to be in, we're going to just put it in miscellaneous. Let's see if they have it. I might come back later and put it in something else, but right now we're going to put it miscellaneous. Okay. And then location, I'm just going to put a general state, maybe a city. Let's start with New York. My ad title, again, I'm going to come back and get my title. And right now the app's free. So I type in free. I go in and get my description. Copy that. And then here you actually have to put your link in. So I'm going to go back here and get my link. All right. And then here's, you're going to make sure it has to have a name. Phone number, I always put my Google Voice number. Again, remember, like I said last week, do not do your autosave here because it takes out where you're going to mark it to, and it puts it to wherever your address is. So you don't want to change that. So just manually key in the required information. Don't change your expiration date. This one expires in 6 months. Anything outside of that, you pay for. So don't change it and say, hey, I want to do this for a year. You will pay for it. There's a cost outside of the parameters that they've already set. Then you're going to put your code in. So in this particular one, and this is classifiedads.com, it tells you to upload your images. So you come right here and you have to choose a file. And that's why I said you need to make sure you have your file, whether it be your Dropbox or if you have a folder that you've created your files in. I suggest if you have Dropbox, you can use that, but also create your own folder to add your pictures in. So I'm going to come here, and I always create logos for everything. And I'm going to do this one. And then you just make sure that you have images that are related to your topic that you're going to be doing. And this one, and this all you do is you just click where you want the folder to come from, where your images are coming from. This one tells you you can do up to 5 images. So you want to do 5 if you have 5 images to put in there. Okay, it says you've reached your maximum of 5 images, and then you're going to post this ad. And then it will show you what your ad looks like. So there's my ad. Now, the one thing about this particular company is classifiedads.com is it's very finicky. You cannot repeat the ad. You can't repeat your title in a 48-hour span. Even though it's going to different cities, if it's going to different states, you cannot repeat the same ad. They just won't do it. They'll kick it out. You'll get a notification that your ad's been approved. You can actually see it, but then when you go to click on it, it will tell you that it's been removed. So that's just their rules, their regulations. Even though it's going to a different state, it's going to a different city, it might even go to a different country. You cannot post the same ad within a 48 hours. So that's why your template is so important. You can have the same link in it, but this description cannot be the same. The title can't be the same. You can't have a different title and the same description. If they see any similarities, they will kick your ad out. Now you can come back 3 days later and post to a different city with the same ad, and you should be fine according to their rules and regulations. So that's why it is important to have that template and to create multiple descriptions and multiple titles and headlines for when you do have places that will not allow you to repeat. So that's how you get your images, and most of them are done the same way. It will ask you to choose a file. The file is your yes, yes, you can post anywhere. So yeah, you can post anywhere that you want in that parameter. So if it tells you, as long as that particular ad company markets to that place. Some of them don't go outside the United States. And the way you can find that is when you go to post your ad, you're going to select your category. Again, we can do it again in miscellaneous. Want to see what else. So that's the only other thing they have, miscellaneous. So I'm trying to think of what else this could go in. It's not really cell phones. But that's about the only thing that can go into. Not really office and business. Let's see if we can do community. Let's see what community has. Free stuff. So we can do free stuff. So I can say I want to come here and see what we have in Canada. If this, see, so there's Canada. So we can go to Canada. So we're going to go to Canada. And I'm going to choose the same thing. And I'm just going to And I'm gonna do this one off the fly since I already did that one. So this one's gonna be all right. And again, we're gonna do free. So they already have free there. So this one, I'm gonna just go off the cuff. Okay. And then I'm going to copy this. And because this is a new one, I'm just going to copy the whole thing because I don't want to lose it. And I'm going to go and paste it onto my here. And what was my what did I say? How would you like to get paid to check? All right. So then again, you're going to do the same thing. You fill out your information. Do not change your address. Remember, you just want to manually put everything in. You got your 6 months. VX, always put your code. And images. Now you can do the same images. They don't really care, but I always try to put them in a different order if I do that. Sometimes I might stick in something different. Now I might throw in, maybe throw in a wine one. So, and go to my logos. Since we got Corona, let's throw that one in there. And then I'm going to post this ad. So it's going to Canada, free stuff, price is free. So, so even though it says city, it's actually going to the country, Canada. So if it has the option to go to a different country that you type in, it will tell you. If it's not there in the drop down category, then they don't have access to do that. So that's how you can go through and do, find out if it has different countries.
Great, thank you.
You're
See
very
what I was
welcome.
doing wrong.
Gotcha. Yeah, so the thing about doing like in this one, like I said, when you are posting in this particular one, you cannot do the same ad over and over and over. Even if you change the title, if it's the same description, it'll kick it out. So make sure that if you're here, yes, and you can do, if you have 50 different ads that you can do, which I do, you can sit in here and do 50 different ads to every state. And then if you come back, you can't do that same ad in the city. They told me when I contacted them that if you do the state, they will automatically send it to every city that they are affiliated with. So that's why you can't do the same ad multiple times with this particular company. Now, the classifieds for free, it's still down. It still has a bug in it. The business for free, I've been told that it has the same bugs in it. I haven't run across that. So if you want to use it, that's totally up to you. It's your discretion to use it. I still use it. I have multiple ones in there that I'm using. So I still use this. Again, like I said, it's totally up to your discretion if you want to use it. This one is the most user-friendly that we have out there, being the fact that you can use the same ad multiple times in multiple locations. It doesn't care. You can do it to all 50 states. You can do it to all countries if it's available. So like with this one, it automatically defaults to the United States. I can pull up that same ad that I just put in there, and we're going to do copy, put my headliner in. This one, you have different marketing companies that you can do. So we're actually going to do free stuff because everybody goes to free. I'm going to do my, not, that's email, do my Google Voice. I always do Google Voice message because people do call me and leave me text messages. Say, I've read your ad, I saw your ad, can you give me more information, or how do I sign up for this? Do you have more offers? And if you're doing your V marketing and that's all you're doing on your Google Voice, you eventually will get banned and you have to get access to get back in. This is a good way to alleviate that, by calling your students, those of you that have students, by calling friends and family, by, calling people, using it for your advertising so people can call you and text you back so that the Google sees that you're doing stuff other than just marketing with that phone number. So use it just like you would any other phone. I sometimes call my daughter, sometimes call my husband. If I'm out and about, it's like, okay, I haven't used my Google Voice other than marketing for a few days. I'm gonna go in there. Or, sometimes I have one of my, uh, I think it's my phone, not my phone bill, my, one of my bills I use that number that they call me in the school system. They call me there or text me using that, if there's anything related to the kids. So use that Google Voice number for other than just your marketing. It really helps. So then I'm going to come here. Let's use this one because this one has the link already in it. And we're going to do the same thing. This one I'm just going to copy the link, put the link in there. Okay, and now this one, it says gallery. So if you haven't added pictures, you're going to do the same thing. You're going to scroll to the bottom, depending on how many pictures you have in here. and it's going to tell you to choose a file. And you're just going to choose the file that you want to use for your pictures. And you're going to add your pictures, upload your image, and they're going to show up down here on the bottom. I'm going to choose another file, upload your image. And this one only allows you to do 3. And I'm going to do one more. Okay. And now once you have your images in here, this is important thing. You choose them based on how you want them to show up. So I'm going to click in the order that I want the pictures to show up. Okay. And then you're going to scroll back up to the top and you're going to click post your ad. So then it has your title, it has your ad, and then it has your pictures in the order that you selected them to show up. Okay. And then this one, you just click another ad. And please remember this, it tells you if your ad's inappropriate, they'll block you. You have 30 days to renew your ads for another 30 days. They do not send you a reminder. So if you are still using this site, then please, by all means, make sure that you are coming in here. You should be in here at least twice a week. The last day that you're in there, just go in and renew all your ads so they're all on the same wavelength. All right. So then this one, you're just going to go and start selecting your states, hit post your ad, and it's there. And then you can do all 50 states from there. And then if you want to go outside the United States, see all these ads down here? These are for our companies. These are our guys. So if y'all come across it and you see one, click on it because it will take you to their website and they get, you know, ads. They get, you know, here's one P78. So I just read their ad. So if I go there and I click it, then I can see whose website that is. And that's a click for them. So, you know, you want to see your own people's stuff that's out there. So here, if I want to go outside the United States, then I can click where I know that this is marketable. Right now, this is going to be worldwide, but we're going to go, you know, go to Canada. I've already been to Canada. And then once you pick Canada, you're going to go and do it again. And then if you want to say, well, I want to do all over Canada, then you just pick your country again, and then you can start selecting the provinces. And the same thing with the states. Once you've done the state, then you can come back and pick the cities that's available for that state. And yeah, you can spend a couple hours in here. You can spend all day in here, but this should not be your only option. You should have, you know, all of these places like this one right here is good. This one has US Net Ads. On the US Net Ads, there's 5 other marketing ad sites that you can go to. Classified ads is another one. You got My Ads at Lakanho that you can do, and it goes mostly throughout the United States. There's a few outside countries you can do. You have the Post a Free Ad that's global that you can go to. And then, you know, different, like my post on Google. If you have a Google marketplace that's set up, a business marketplace like I do, I can come in here and actually post my ads for Google that people can see. And this is a free set that you can set up for, and I pick my countries that I want to be able to see it. And this is where I just post my ads. I post ads for this and you know, my memes and everything. So there's different places that you can market to. So don't be confined with just the easy places. Some of them you are going to have to be a little bit more diligent. Um, you're not going to be able to get 100 ads, you know, in a couple hours. You might be only able to get 10 or 15 because it's all manual. It's not as user friendly as the classifieds for free or the business for free. So, but search out there. You can go on Google and search for free marketing sites, free ad sites. And there's tons. Rory actually has a a place. So if you go into your Triple R training, and look up on there, you have tabs, and one of the tabs is free traffic sites. And if you click on that, there's a ton of them in there that you can go and register for. This one we know doesn't work, but you still have this one. All of these, just look at them and see, because some of them have turned to, like this one, sell.com is actually no longer free. It's a paid, you have to pay for. Then you got Global Free Ads is another one. So you got your eBay classifiedads.com, and then you have all of these that actually goes to a Google site that has tons and tons and tons of free ads. You have all of these places that you can go and register and advertise. So you don't, there's not a lack of advertising. It's just that some of them is gonna take you a while to go to. AbleWise is no longer there. They actually sold their company. I don't know if anybody bought them out yet. I haven't been on there. I lost tons and tons of ads on there. Gumtree it tells you right here, it's in the UK, but it also can go to other places. So this is a great resource that you can have to get ad sites. So you shouldn't just use the ones that are free or easy. You should flood your market, or flood the market with your website and with your ads. And then you also have your social media, your Instagram, your Twitter, like I said, your Snapchat, your Facebook, all those different places. You want to continue to do your social stuff like you did, chat with people, friends and family, and about once or twice a week, throw a business ad out there, throw a meme out there. But don't flood it with ads, because then people will start blocking you. You don't want to have your social media salesy. It's just gonna, hey, y'all know I'm in this program, or I started my own business. Here's a new page I wrote. Hey, can you give me some love and read it for me and tell me what you think? Things like that. But you only want to do that a couple times a week, and then just continue as you normally would on your social media. So let's see what we have in our chat. No, classifieds for free is not okay. I mean, um, oh no. Yes. I haven't went on my Skype, so I don't do Skype while I'm training. So, yeah, so Google is funny that way, so you have to kind of beg and plead for them. But the classifieds for free, it's still there. You just have to realize that the owner has dropped his security a little bit. So there are sites and companies that are advertising on there that is not, that are a little unsavory. They're not, they're just very risque. He's got a lot of porn stuff that's on there now. And those that, with the porn market and that type of sexual content, they load their programming with malware, so that even though you don't necessarily go to their site, by you clicking on their link, puts programs in your computer that they can track you with, that they will create pop-ups that show up for you to click on to get that go to their site. So that's why we don't use it as much. And there's all kind of, when you go to try to use it, there's all kind of little pop-ups that come up that wants you to do stuff that you don't have to do. It's still there. It's still a valuable source, but just remember that if you do use it, you are going to get some malware. You're going to get some programs in your computer that's going to slow your computer down and probably affect some of your other things that goes on in there. I have it running on one of my other computers that's already just about fried, for the simple fact I have thousands of ads on there I don't want to lose. But if you don't have that many on there and you haven't been in there in a few months, the ads are already gone. So I wouldn't take the chance of going back in there. Find something else, as far as the classifieds for free, until they come back and tell us otherwise, that it's been fixed. So, all right, do we have any more questions? Anybody would like to talk about or needs me to go over real quick?
Oh, Sheila, hi.
Yes.
How
Hey,
are you, darling?
good.
I have a question, but this might be for another day. About broken links. Is that for another day to cover, or?
Nope, broken links is fine.
Okay, yeah. I mean, okay. So if you have a page, you put it in draft, and it still has its links. Even if you take out those links, I'm still getting broken link. Does that mean that somewhere on my category page, that link is there for that drafted page?
Well, the broken link, check everything, even draft.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So that's the thing a lot of people don't realize is your broken link checker checks your whole website, even drafts, not just
Okay.
published.
Drafts in private and all that.
Yes, it checks your whole website. So that's the plagiarism checker is the only one. So if you have a broken link checker and you run that and it pulls up one that you know's in draft, don't worry about it. But if it pulls up one that is a published one and you can't find it, then more than likely what's happened is it's stuck in the code.
Oh, the HTML. Yeah, I've been looking there too. And some of them I've found and others I have not. So it's like driving me crazy. But and I have a short walk. Let me see. I'm just trying to think of an example. So all right. So in other words, if I have pages in draft, when I run the broken link checker, if I haven't removed those links, it will show up as a broken link. But if I the Google bots look at my site and do the broken link checker, they won't, because those pages are in draft, they won't pick them up.
Nope. Google only sees published pages.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't see anything private. They don't see anything in draft. And if you only have a couple of broken links that you just can't find, sometimes you'll be okay. Google's more about your content, your relevant content. Now, if they come through and run through your website and you got 25 broken links out of 100 pages, that might be an issue. But if you have one or two, because they know that you have affiliates that come and go that don't always notify you, or you might not have, it might be in transition by the time you submitted and the time that they got it, that you haven't had a chance to go through. So they do have some kind of leeway there. But if you, like I said, if you got 10 or 15 broken links and you know where they are, you're just too lazy to go and get them, then yeah. But if you just got one or two and you've done everything you can, I really wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't put the page in draft. I would just go ahead and make sure you have enough relevant content that they really are not going to be worried about those one or two broken links.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
How's your daughter doing?
Oh, she's lovely.
She's feeling okay?
She is. She actually got her new job and she's excited to get started. So she's like, I ain't even worried about if they call me back to mother when I'm good to go.
Oh, well, so she's not doing the, was it Salvation Army?
Yeah, no, she was the general manager for Goodwill.
Oh,
and
Goodwill,
with all this stuff that happened, they closed all of their stores. They even closed the corporate office up there.
Good,
and she was like, yeah, she's like, I can't do this, Mom. I'm like, I know. So she did what she had to do and she went and found her something else. And she, like she said, she got to do what she got to do.
Yeah, true. Oh, good. And she's feeling better though.
Oh yeah, her morning sickness is just about gone, which now she says it's just nighttime munchies.
And you'd rather have that.